Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was part of Free Mix Friday from DJ Kid Clay right here on WindyCityUnderground.com. That was a Drake edition. And on the phone right now, I got DJ Kid Clay. What up? Your main thing right now is Clay Creation Volume 2. It dropped this past summer. Talk to me about that, bro.
Yeah, Clay Creation Volume 2, you know what I mean? That was the second mixtape that I released. And, you know, basically just as a DJ from Chicago, I was looking to keep and continually putting out product because, you know, you always need something to send to a club. So instead of just necessarily focusing all on, you know, one genre of, let's say, hip-hop, I really wanted to show people, you know what, I know all the dope hip-hop. But I'm also updated as well on your basic top 40 and a lot of your dance up-tempo records. So I think one of the big things I wanted to show is my versatility as a DJ and just kind of showing that, you know what, I can, you know, shut down all parties. So, you know, I just don't want to be put in that box where, you know what, he only plays hip-hop.
Right.
Or, you know what, he only plays dance top 40, but kind of show that, you know, I can play everything. So that's kind of what those mixes do, is that it you know, I think it gets the attention of a lot of people. So I can hit a huge population of people. Some people who only focus with dance, top 40, and those that focus with hip-hop.
Okay, man. And also, how can people get the mix? I know it's available on DJ Kid Clay. Is that all, any other place you can get it from?
Yeah, I mean, you can go on DJKidClay.com. I also have my own SoundCloud page.
Okay.
And if you go to SoundCloud.com and then search DJ Kid Clay, you can see all of the other mixes I have there. So you can even, like, hear Volume 1, which was the first mixtape that I did.
All right, Kid Clay. I'm talking to DJ Kid Clay, Chicago DJ. I want to know, what makes you different from other Chicago DJs, bro? For people that don't know you or never maybe seen you spin.
Well, you know what? I think one of the things is that I'm constantly listening to music. So, you know what I mean? Like, everybody could play what's popular and stick to, you know, everything that's on the radio. But I think one of the things that stands out is, you know, I'm a huge fan of music myself, so I like finding artists that maybe haven't broke through yet. And, you know, seeing if those songs would be able to possibly break into that club scene. And, you know, I always want to be that first one to, if I have that opportunity to kind of break that record, you know. Another thing, too, is I think I really show that versatility right away. I think that's why I put out those mixtapes, so that way, you know, I'm more marketable than some of these maybe other DJs who may just want to focus on hip-hop because that's their thing, or focus on dance. You know, I kind of want to be I want to be stuck in the middle where people know he can do everything, basically.
Okay, and for the people that are trying to get into the industry, into DJing, what's the toughest part about getting, you know, breaking onto the scene, to actually getting, you know, recognition for what you're doing?
Man, you know what? Well, first off, the investment. You know, the investment in equipment is a lot of money. You got to be able to start with having the professional stuff in order to learn. But one of the biggest things is marketing, man. You know, you got to put in that practice in the beginning, and I put a lot of work in because I started off with CDs and just really learning how to beat match. And then it was studying the greats on how to scratch, you know, because I'm definitely not one of the best, but I put a lot of work in on the scratching because I want to learn more. But I think once you have learned the skill and you got it down packed, it's about keeping updated on music, but marketing, because, you know, the DJ world is so saturated right now, and everybody's getting Serato and everybody's using Tractor and these different programs, that you got to set yourself as far apart from, like, marketing and branding and being very social, like on Twitter, Facebook, and stuff like that.
And speaking of which, at DJ Kid Clay, that's your Twitter handle, right?
Yeah. Twitter.com/DJ Kid Clay. Then, you know, put that promo out there. I can definitely use some more people to get in tune.
Hey, and you know what? Speaking of Twitter again, yesterday, one of my boys, who's a promoter in Chicago, had a lot to say about nightlife in Chicago, DJs being compensated and all this stuff in the Chicagoland area, you know, nightlife. What do you think? Do you think that DJs in Chicago are being fairly compensated?
Man, you know what? That's funny because I actually just paid attention yesterday, and I was seeing a lot of the stuff on my timeline and people retweeting. And, you know, I mean, that's just an interesting subject. You know, I think Chicago has a lot of dope DJs. And, you know, I think all DJs have been in that position where we have been, thrown a price, and we're just like, come on, man, are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Like, we're a lot worse than that. You know what I mean? We put in all these years of work and practice, that I think DJs should be, could be paid more. I don't really know all the promoters and what they pay each DJ, or if they have a set price that they pay everyone. But, I can go as far as what I've dealt with. And, I think things have been pretty fair, but definitely have been thrown that curveball sometimes. And you're just like, come on, man, like 4 hours and this is what you offer.
Right, right. No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm sorry about that. Oh, no, I can't really speak for other DJs, but I do know that there's a lot of dope DJs in Chicago, so I don't really know that the rates that they charge, but, it seems like a lot of people are working consistently, so I don't really know what other DJs are getting, but I think I'm doing pretty well at the moment.
All right, and how do you compare Chicago nightlife to other cities that you might DJ in? Because a lot of people saying we're kind of weak. That's what I'm hearing. People are saying Chicago nightlife kind of weak compared to maybe New York, Miami, and things like that. What are your experiences like?
You know what? And that goes to that subject yesterday, man. At the end of the day, I mean, Chicago has some great promoters and definitely some dope nights to go out in the city. But New York is a larger city. Vegas, all these cities, man, they probably bring in a ton of more money than some of these clubs in Chicago. So, a club, people can't really complain and say, a DJ in Chicago is only getting, let's say 400, 300 a night compared to a DJ in Vegas who's getting 700 to $1,000.
Right.
Because that difference in revenue probably from each club is at a huge difference. I know some of my boys who DJ in New York, man, and they do get paid. They get paid more.
Okay, and last but definitely not least, I really want to talk to you about maybe the different kind of club environments in Chicago when it comes to like I'll just say it, white clubs, black club, urban clubs. Do you see the difference there when it comes to like the owners of the clubs, the promoters, things like that?
You know what, man? As doing a lot of those clubs, I like to call them, maybe play a lot of the top 40
right.
Dance areas. I mean, it's just you're working in a different crowd, and at the end of the day, some of those clubs may actually bring in more money, so they can pay more for like a DJ. Because for example, you look at some big club like V Live on a night that they probably pay their DJ double of what some of these other clubs will be getting paid that may only play hip hop. So as far as just the difference, I really think that, you're going to deal with a different crowd of people. And there are going to be different prices going at the end of the day. You can't expect a huge club like V Live that plays top 40 in house to compare to a smaller venue that only plays hip hop and expect the DJs to walk out of there with the same amount of money. Okay, no,
I totally feel you on that. Once again, this is DJ Kid Clay, just killing it in Chicago and nationwide. And you got Clay Creation Volume 2 that dropped this past summer. It's available on DJKidClay.com. Get any other information? How else can we reach you and get your music, man?
Oh man, if you my fan page is Facebook.com/DJKidClay. Twitter.com/DJKidClay, and definitely just get in tune with my website DJKidClay.com. I post everything on there, and next thing you know, I'll be at a venue near you.
All right, man. Again, I appreciate you talking to me today, and I'll definitely be talking to you in the future. All right.
All right. Thanks so much, man. You take care, man. Have a good weekend.